morning, students. Today we will study about separation of substances. So in this topic we are going to discuss about mixtures, types of mixtures, the need for separation and the various methods of their separation. Mixtures. A mixture is a material that is made up of two or more substances. It is actually the physical combination of two or more substances that are able to retain the identities while they are mixed in form of solutions. So example of mixture is like lemon juice, which is made by mixing certain substances like salt, sugar, water and some drops of lemon. So at the end we get a mixture that we name as lemon juice. Types of mixture. A mixture is of two types. One is homogeneous mixture and the second type is heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture. A homogeneous mixture is a mixture in which the composition is uniform throughout the solution. The sugar water is homogeneous due to the even distribution of dissolved sugar throughout the entire sample of sugar water, like this example. So like I am adding some sugar in this glass which contains some water. So I am stirring it and dissolving this sugar in the water. So it will form a homogeneous mixture if all the sugar crystals dissolves in water. So same thing is given in the example. Like you can see only few sugar crystals are left behind. So now I get a complete homogeneous mixture. So the sugar crystals that I have added, all of them has dissolved in water. So you will find a single layer, a uniform distribution of the mixture. Heterogeneous mixture. A heterogeneous mixture is a mixture with non-uniform composition. The composition varies from one region to another with at least two phases that remain separate from each other with clearly identifiable properties. Like in the heterogeneous mixture, we will get two different phases or more phases. So for an example, like soil. So I have some soil. So in the soil I can easily separate different components present in the soil. For example, I have some stones which are easily separable from the soil. Some finer soil particles which can be easily seen. Okay, and there are some roots of plants which are present in the soil. So soil contain various components and we can separate them easily. That is why a soil is a part of heterogeneous mixture. Likewise, salad. In the salad we can easily identify different components like cheese, tomatoes or other components are present. Need for separation of substances to remove undesirable constituents. Next, to obtain useful constituents and to obtain pure substances. For example, tap water. I have some tap water with me. I cannot find any impurities present in this water, but certain chemicals, microorganisms, or certain dust particles can be present in this tap water, which make it unhealthy for use. So, if we have such water, it can cause certain health problems, stomach pain. So, what we can do is we can purify this water. So, purification helps in the separation of these undesirable constituents from this water. Methods of separation. So, various methods of separation are like hand picking, threshing, winnowing, sieving, sedimentation, decantation, and filtration. Hand picking. Hand picking is the simplest method of separation of substances and commonly used in our homes. Like, so 2 points in mind that the quantity of impurities or unwanted material in the mixture is small. So it is a hand picking method that we are separating some undesirable constituents with the help of our hands. So it is obvious that the quantity should be small. Next, it is important to note that the size, shape and color of the unwanted material is different from that of useful material, so that we can easily separate the constituents that we are going to separate. Separation of solids by hand picking. From mixture, unwanted substances are separated by hand picking. Like, stones are removed from rice before cooking rice. Hand picking examples like saffron. The precious spice used in cooking come from dried stamens, which is the upper part of the pistil. So this is removed by using hand picking. Another like a mixture of nuts, and they are separated by hand picking. Threshing. Threshing is a method in which grain seeds are separated from the harvested stalk by beating it on a hard surface. Like, this is a wheat grain plant, so the head is separated from the stalk by beating it on a hard surface. So this method of separating the head from the stalk is called as threshing. Threshing machines are used for separation of the head from the stalk. So these machines are powered either by diesel or by electric motors. Next is that threshing can be done manually. So for manually, small bundles are made and they are beaten on a hard surface. But this can be done when the quantity is small, and when the quantity is large, then we use machines, threshing machines for separation. Winnowing. Winnowing is an agricultural method developed by ancient cultures for separating grains from chaff. Like, this man is separating wheat grains from the husk. So wheat grains are heavier in weight while the husk is lighter. So with the help of air, the wheat grains will fall near to the platform while the husk is blown away by the air and make a heap far from the men. Sieving. Sieve is a device used for separating wanted elements from unwanted material by passing the mixture through a woven screen such as a mesh or net. The basis of separation is the difference in the size of particles. A sieve is what? It is a simple device with small pores. You can see in this it is having some fine pores. So this is used to separate tea leaves from the tea. The tea which is liquid. So this mesh will allow the tea leaves get separated here, while the tea which is liquid get separated because of difference in the size. Sieving examples like separation of unwanted substances from the wheat flour. Another like separation of stones from the sand. Take some muddy water in a beaker. It is a mixture of soil and water. Now stir the mixture and leave it for 30 minutes. So the mud settles down. This process is called sedimentation. Now transfer the water without disturbing the sediment into a clean beaker. The water obtained is called decantate. Pour the decantate through a tea strainer. So this is called filtering. But the water still contains some sand particles, so it is not able to filter the fine particles. Now filter it with a fine cloth. So some mud particles will get deposited on the cloth, but the water still contains some mud particles. So now a filter paper which is having finer pores than the cloth. Now place this filter paper into a funnel and pour the water through this filter paper. So fine particles will be settled in this filter paper. And now the filtrate is free from impurities. Thank you students. Hope you all get better understanding of this topic.